Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here and welcome back to Seipher Plays Yugioh, Reshef of Destruction. In the last episode, we took a break from our quest to gather the Millennium Items and took Joey's sister Serenity to see the Kaibaman show at Kaibaland, where we were dragged into an audience participation duel. We then followed that up by dueling Johnny Steps and Crump of the Big Five, who were bothering Taya due to a fortune that she got that said that she would have the worst luck with men. This time, we're gonna be getting back to our journey to save the world by talking to Ishizu and finding out where the 5th Millennium Item is located. The Dark Being was resurrected by Sol Chevalsky. No, not Sol Chevalsky, but Pegasus. To imprison Reshef, we need one more Egyptian god card. We need the power of the Winged Dragon of Ra. We must resurrect the card from stone. Please find the Millennium Items to restore it. The 5th Millennium Item is in Canada, among fossils. You'll find it at a fossil excavation site. Okay, so we have our reminder of where we need to go. I do have to say it has been a few weeks since I last recorded, so my voices may sound a bit different for the characters. I'm sorry, but at the time of recording this, the series has debuted, and I'm actually getting a bit more a bit more attention than normal. Granted, not as much as I had during Kingdom Hearts, but whatever. Anyway, let's head on off to Canada. And as we can see, we don't have any scenes here, but we do have a couple of excavators if we talk to them. Instead of looking for fossils, maybe I'll become the king of games. It's a quicker way to become famous. I'm sure it beats digging old bones up. Sure, let's duel. Okay, well, I did not necessarily mean to challenge him, but we might as well. Let's use this as our ante. Now, while we do duel this excavator, since I don't have any information to go over for them, I think that I would like to just spend a few minutes to talk to you guys, as I had recently received a suggestion on one of my videos from a user known as King Elemental. I don't get a lot of activity from my audience, as I said, and while I don't want to go into the stereotypical subscribe to see more of my content and comment on my videos to let the algorithm know you like my contents, I am hoping to change that at least somewhat. So, I want to try something new by asking you all a question each episode, when I'm looking for topics to talk about for moments like these, where there's not really much analysis of my opponent that I can go into, or the like. Let's use our Back into Darkness to carry that off. Anyway, so today's question is going to be a rather broad and simple one, and I will answer it myself. Which series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is your favorite and why? For me, it's gonna be a rather milquetoast response. I'm partial to the original series Duel Monsters, and to a lesser extent, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I grew up with both, collected numerous cards, and in the case of the former, a small collection of the video games, as you can well tell from the games I played for this channel, and a few more that I will be showing eventually. And though this may have some people rolling their eyes, the game was at its most accessible, and in my opinion, its most enjoyable during these seasons of the anime and manga, where the game didn't have so many summoning gimmicks and card intricacies to complicate the game in being added every other season. Not to knock you if you enjoy synchro summoning, XYZ summoning, pendulum summoning, etc. But you have to admit, the game and how it is played these days is harder to follow for newcomers because of them and how much faster paced things are. Heck, it got so complicated, the series had a soft reboot with rush duels to simplify things. Anyway, let's just finish this up. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear what your responses are. Alright, opponent is out of LP, dual victory. Deck capacity increased by 10. Cyber jar obtained, not worth it. At this rate, I'll never become famous. Now, there is another excavator we can duel out here, but I don't really feel like it. What? It's an earthquake. Is Reshef's resurrection causing the tremors? Whatever it is, stay on your toes. We better keep moving, guys. Alright, so yeah. Although I definitely could duel him and increase my deck capacity, I don't really feel the need to, although the wasteland terrain here has definitely given these guys a boost, and considering the duelist we found here, it's going to probably be a bit of a challenge to take him on. What are you three chumpasaurs doing here? You came all the way out here to see me? Millennium Item. You came all the way here looking for one of those things? Well, I could tell you what I know, but only if you beat my dino deck. Sure, I had a feeling. That's the spirit. Let's duel. Okay. Well, I have Kaiba Man, but I need to get Seipher if this is gonna turn out well. So let's just defend and see what he has in store for us. Anyway, the dinosaur duelist is here to take us on. Say hello to Rex Raptor. Rex, like Panic before him, as you can clearly see, has stacked the deck in his favor. By facing us on a wasteland field to give his dinos a boost. His non-tribute monsters have 1600 attack or less, and that is before the aforementioned field power bonus. For those of you that remember that term from the anime. He specializes in Earth, Wind, and Fiend attributes, and Dinosaur and Dragon types. Because of this, you can control the field with Wind, Forest, and Light monsters to deal with his attributes. If you have them, Dragon Capture Jar can also lock down his dragons, and Flame Swordsman can wipe out his dinosaurs. And I actually have a pretty good card in my hand that I will have to make use of. Thankfully, he doesn't have any trap cards and only 3 power-up spell cards, so for this first instance, we can easily deal with him, and you can even change the field since he doesn't really have extra copies of Wasteland, unlike other named duelists who rely on a certain type to win their duels. Thankfully, I had Maiden with the Eyes of Blue to make up for the fact that he sacrificed a monster, because his dinos can all get really powerful. That dino that I had just destroyed usually has only about 1800 attack points, so definitely pretty easy to lose control. Thankfully, I had just the cards I needed when I needed them, so we can finish them off. The opponent is out of LP, dual victory, deck capacity increased by 10, 800 Domino was obtained, Yamatano Dragon Scroll was obtained. Not all that great. Grah! You win. I wanted to learn how to strengthen my deck. That's why I came here, because there's supposed to be some secret in these parts. But I guess I was wrong. I won't lose next time, though. I don't know if it's what you're looking for, but I hear there's something odd in the back of the cave. Good luck on finding that thing. Alright, well, let's go on in, and as per usual, a Millennium Guardian is waiting for us, so let's challenge him. Those drawn by the Millennium Item. Prove your worth among the sleeping ancient dragons. That reminds me of One Piece, just because of how all the dinosaur fruits are dragon fruit, ancient model, and then the specific type. So, kind of interesting. Anyway, for the 5th time, we're facing a Millennium Guardian. Like the previous Guardian, his non-tribute monsters have 1200 attack or less, and his attributes are varied. We've been through this sort of song and dance before. Let's quickly just defend with our UFO turtle. We got kind of bad on the attributes. Unlike his predecessor, though, this guy doesn't have any trap cards and prefers using power-up spells to make his monsters stronger. He also has 1 copy of Heavy Storm in his deck to wipe the field clean, so be wary of that. Thankfully, I got Spirit of the Books now, and Buku's attribute was able to easily overpower that Wicked Dragon with Ursat's head. And we can easily take this guy down. Probably a waste to have attacked with Buku against his life points rather than Celtic Guardian, but whatever. So yeah, it seems despite all my time away, this is going rather smoothly. Let's go with another Spirit of the Books. And we should have just enough attack, I think. Yep, easy peasy. The opponent is out of LP, dual victory, deck capacity increased by 10, 1000 Domino was obtained, Earthbound Spirit was obtained. That is a pretty powerful monster. Not the best attack, but 2000 defense, and it'll get boosted by the Wasteland terrain, or actually, Yami terrain, sorry, that's a fiend, not a zombie. Pretty good. Impressive. Take this item. Who's calling me? I'm living a new life in Egypt. My job as a tomb keeper is over. We will meet again somewhere, sometime. Merrick. We have the Millennium Rod. Let's get out of here and look back to Ishizu. Yeah, Joey, let's quickly make our way out, although I do want to hear what Rex has to say. Heh, looks like you found what you wanted. Yep, okay. Not to be unexpected. Pretty much the same thing Bones said to us. So let's go back to the Clock Tower Square to let Ishizu know how we're doing. I see you have obtained the Millennium Rod. Only 2 Millennium items remain. Reshef the Dark Being's power grows catastrophic. Time is running out. Please search for the next Millennium Item. The next Millennium Item is in the Galapagos Islands. Please hurry. Well, we could rush off to the Galapagos Islands right away, but I think that this has been a bit too short of an episode, so let's head back to Canada and see if that one of these excavators will take on our challenge. You're not a duelist, okay. You want a duel, eh? Well, I can use a break. Okay, let's duel. Alright, just figured I might as well get a bit more practice in. So, I will just see how we do. hopefully my deck is up to snuff, and then after this, if I still need a little more time, maybe we can go check out... Oh, and I got Seipher and Kaiba, so I might as well make use of this effect. Anyway, as I was saying, maybe after this we can just head off to the Moto Game Shop to check out some cards, maybe, so that I can replace a few things. Anyway, let's just hammer this guy. Nearly one right there. If I hadn't summoned my Immortal of Thunder, probably would have done enough damage. That's my bad. Huh. That's a little odd. I thought that... maybe I'm misremembering how this game functions with the Toggle Reshef patch. It has been a while. But I was pretty sure that I wouldn't have had to see any of those messages, or only once. 10 deck capacity increase, 1,000 domino, bear trap obtained. Okay. That was fun, eh? Alright, well, let's move on to the Clock Tower Square. And just gonna take a quick peek inside the game shop to see what we have available to us. Destiny Board and Spirit Message N are in here. That's pretty good. I don't know if you necessarily... Let's see. A board that adds a letter at the start of the turn. I'm not sure if you necessarily need Spirit Message N, or any of the Spirit Messages, but if you have Destiny Board, I think due to the permanent effect cursor, it will just automatically add traps and add the Spirit Messages at the start of the turn, but I don't recall if it needs to... if all the Spirit Messages need to be in your deck or not. I would guess possibly, but I'm not sure. Especially considering how much... well, actually, considering how much they cost even in the Tolerable Reshef patch, that's probably very likely. Anyway, let's see. Do we have... Weather Report. This is another of the cards that was added to the Tolerable Reshef patch. A monster that can control the condition of the weather. It can erase the effects of Swords of Revealing Light. This is definitely something that we're going to want to have a copy or two of. Just for later. Anyway, what else is there? There is Brain Control. It's a pretty pricey card. It's basically Change of Heart, but taking control of a monster, but it only lasts a single turn, so Change of Heart is better, but Change of Heart probably costs more. Darkness Approaches. This is a pretty good card. It is a spell that is used to conceal the identity of cards. It'll basically flip your cards face down, allowing you to use effects again. It's basically a weaker version of the Castle of Dark Illusions that I've got, so might as well. And you know what? What the heck, I'll just buy the Brain Control while we're at it. Mirror Force is pretty pricey, but it'll destroy all monsters on the field. I think this might have replaced Torrential Tribute. Just buy one copy of that. Ooh, Amazonas Archers. This is basically a stall trap that also powers down your opponent's bunch of life point recovery cards. You've got a Swords of Revealing Light. It's pretty pricey, but it'll stall for 3 turns. That's definitely something I'll want to add eventually. And there is Relinquished here. That's a pretty powerful card, but I'll hold off on that. So yeah, I think we've got a good deal of spells and traps that we can add to the deck, and now get out of our way. Anyway, I will take care of adding cards off screen and maybe challenging the duel computer or Tristan Duke to a few duels off screen just to get some more money back. Or maybe Yugi so that I can get some Exodia pieces to sell. But anyway, with that, we've reached a good stopping point, I think. Next time, we fly off to the Galapagos to complete our penultimate search. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.